Thanks for joining us for another episode of 5 Games, 5 Minutes, a voyage into retro computers past. Video Card Arcade is a package of 3 card games: Poker Royale, 21 or Blackjack, and High Low. Poker Royale deals you 5 cards, and you select which you want to keep and which you want to discard. There's no betting or raising, and if, after the second deal, you haven't got any of the combinations shown on the screen, you lose 1 credit and then start again. In 21, you're dealt 2 cards, and as long as they total underneath 21, you decide whether to accept another card or to stick with what you've got. The idea is for the player not to go over 21. If you do, you're bust. Once you stick, the dealer has to accept cards until he either matches your score or goes over it. The same rules apply re 21. Over it, and he goes bust, and you win 1 credit. High-low, you just guess whether the next card is higher or lower than the preceding one. There seems to be something a little bit off about the shuffling of the cards in this game too. Overall, Video Card Arcade is really quite a nice, polished selection of card games, and I could happily play these numerous times. Squiggle is a puzzle game by Christopher Dewhurst, which presents an 8x8 grid. You play against the computer and, according to the instructions at least, your task is to plot a course from the bottom left-hand corner to the top right-hand one. You lay a piece from the 3 available, and then the computer lays a piece. The computer will try to lay pieces which carry the squiggle off the grid. If it manages this, then it's game over. The rules are simple, but what the instructions don't make clear is that the player doesn't have to carry the squiggle to the top right-hand corner to win. He can also win if he similarly manages to force the computer to lay a piece that forces the squiggle off the grid. There's no sound in Squiggle, and the trailing Mode 5 text at the bottom of the screen looks amateurish. However, if you like games like Reversi or Drafts, then you'll probably have some fun working out exactly how to win this, so I do cautiously recommend it. Fruit Raid is Audiogenic's take on the one-arm bandit / fruit machine experience. This version has 4 reels instead of 3, and a feature panel. The extra reel spins every time to allocate the player a random number of either nudges or moves on the feature panel. There's also a swap panel at the very top right of the screen which, when active, allows you to swap any symbol you select onto any reel. As with all versions of Fruit Machine, different monetary amounts are awarded for different combinations. If you're lucky enough to win, the simulator often strikes up a gamble / collect chain, which can raise or lower the amount it pays out. Although Fruit Raid is a professional release, the layout leaves something to be desired. Everything looks cluttered and all the different text fonts and sizes make me dizzy. The extra reel also takes an age to spin, and this is a waste of time 9 times out of 10, because its number is totally irrelevant unless you're actually going to be awarded something. It's not likely to trouble Fruit Catcher, which is the same game, but about twice as good. Xalaga is a very difficult shoot-'em-up game. You start each stage in empty space, and the snake-like waves of aliens fly into position from different positions off-screen. Those of them that you do not manage to wipe out at this point then form a pack, and when this pack descends upon you, the game is more like the traditional Space Invaders. Xalaga is a fast game, and the aliens don't move very smoothly. This means that, no matter what position they're in, it's easy for your bullets to miss them. The screen display is also quite cramped, because the aliens don't just descend, they often mill around in the area usually reserved for your laser base. This makes progress through the stages rather difficult. Usually, you can take out either the left or the right of the pack, but then getting underneath the other bit is extremely difficult. The screen is practically awash with bullets very quickly. Some features of Xalaga are wonderful. It's got features like the challenge stage and aliens which come complete with force fields, but it's difficult to get too excited about a game that is just far too difficult to make much headway in. Alright, there are only a few games out there that I really don't understand, but Shark Attack from Romic is one of them. This monstrosity of a game is based around you laying netting around octopi to protect them from being eaten by sharks. Levels progressively introduce more octopi and more sharks, and even on the very first level, you find that the octopi you're meant to be protecting are already being eaten before you've had time to move out of your starting position. Oh, and one more thing. I'm not sure how big the average octopus is, but I suspect that they aren't 5 times bigger than the average shark, or indeed boat. What seems to happen is, as each level starts, sharks and octopi are plotted completely at random, so depending on chance, sharks start either many or just a few pixels away from their prey. Oh, and their prey includes you. Sometimes you can be dead within a quarter of a second. I mean, come on, Romic, you've got to give your players some chance. There's only one thing I want to feed to the sharks after playing this: the game.